Now, Ben, tell us a little bit about how you got into this crazy world we call skincare.
Okay, well, I've been doing this for 5 years. I used to be in the corporate world as a lawyer, and I was about 10 years into that career, had a young family, and kind of at that point not seeing my family so much, working long hours. I started to daydream of having my own business. So I had one summer just this idea of doing a smoker box company, and I was coming up with recipes for smoking stuff on the barbecue and starting to write a book. And at the same time, because I had a baby face, I was growing out a beard just to make myself look a little bit older. And I realized the beard was dry and bristly, and it didn't feel great. And I looked up online, look, what can you do about it? And I found this thing called beard oil. Beard oil was a thing. Guys were putting that in their beards. It's supposed to make it softer and smell good. So I got myself some. It worked amazing, and I actually thought, because there was so little of it available in Australia, that might be a cool thing to try instead of the smoker box.
What is a smoker box? Is that just where you smoke meat and stuff?
Yeah, so they already, just to go down a rabbit hole there.
Awesome. So how did you get started? I mean, you were talking about finding beard oils, but how do you go from barbecuing to beard oils? What was your next step?
Well, I was fortunate because I had a science background, so I could use a bit of a scientific approach to making it. So I did look at what brands were out there, what people were putting in. So when you think of a brand, like think of doing your own brand or making a product, I find it's always helpful to get some other ones that are similar to what you might want to create, see what they'll put in it as a starting point.
Yeah,
so did that, did some courses at New Directions, got ingredients from New Directions, because it was just kind of everything I needed was there, and even stuff I hadn't even thought about
was
wonderful. In the catalogue. So
like
water, I didn't use it in the end, but watermelon seed,
watermelon. I was like, we do have water, and we do have watermelon seed.
Water, can you believe it? Water. No, they got watermelon seed oil and things that just hadn't really occurred to me. So that made it fun, and also can help me take things into a direction that maybe other people hadn't thought of either. So yeah, that's how we
Now, you mentioned about growing a beard. What's your beard story?
Well, as I got through my career in the corporate life, I was going up the ranks, and I always had a baby face. I was looking up what can you do about it? Not super concerned, but just wondering. And a lot of advice online was grow a beard can make you look older. So started to grow the beard, and that's when I noticed problems with dryness and just keeping it clean as well. Like every time you have a drink or food, it's my wife's constantly telling me you need to wipe your face. There'll be some milk on my moustache, which is funny because of our brand. But food, you name it, it's a mop for that sort of stuff. So creating a beard wash as well was another thing that came. Just problems that I experienced when I had my own beard.
So you solve a problem of the baby face with a beard, and then you get the issues of having to maintain it, which then takes you on to this next path.
Took me on the journey, and then it just took off, and then I realised. Why I started growing a beard was because of my baby face, but there are other guys, maybe they've got acne scars, or maybe they've got a beard and they're quite old and they want to look younger, they actually shave it off. And I just realized the power of just looking after your facial hair, whether it be shaving, growing a beard, even if you want to be trendy, like moustaches are there are a lot of Hollywood movies now, A-listers with moustaches, so if you want to keep up with trends, facial hair is another way to do that. So
it is, facial furniture. I think we call it. And you can even put your little beads and stuff in it now, and flowers. I've seen guys with flowers in their beard. Your tagline, how does that all fit in?
So keep it fresh between the ears taps into that concept I was talking about how much your facial hair can change the way you look, the way you feel. And part of that instrumentally, especially when it comes to shaving, is skincare, because it's quite aggressive thing you're doing. You're basically getting a razor and scraping it across your face.
When
you think about it. So you should use lubricant, but at the end of the day, especially for people like me with fair skin, rashes are a real thing. So not having the right cosmetics, the right moisturizers means I could be red for quite a while and get flaky skin. So again, it was sort of scratching my own itch that's what got me moving from just beards to skincare as well.
That's amazing, and I really like this Milkman range that you've got, the aftershave serum. Are these different types? Are they different
They're
smells?
seasonal. So yeah, we've got.
Yeah.
When we originally formulated it, we're about to go to print, and my marketing guy at the time, Kareem, if he's still out there, said, "Stop the press. Why don't we do a seasonal one?" So
yes.
a seasonal range, I should say. So summer, winter, spring, autumn, and what you make can be critical. And with this being a new concept on a new take on an aftershave, we thought, let's make it even more interesting by creating a scent that taps into each season. So winter wood is like being in a cabin
That's
by
lovely.
the fire.
Yeah,
like,
with your smoker.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever,
Yes.
smoker box.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, it's Movember at the moment,
Yes.
which is what prompted coming to see you. So yes, you have the Mo. Movember's all about men's conversations, men's health and well-being. How do you think men are in general with looking after themselves and their skin?
It's changed a lot, because when I was growing up,
Yeah.
any sort of product, like looking after yourself, you were kind of teased. It was a feminine thing to do, and that's not what boys do. And then literally within a generation, and even like in my lifetime, I'm 40 now, it's just changed so much to almost the complete opposite. Now we have customers happily holding a product, taking a photo and putting it on social media. So it's gone from something you're ashamed of to something it's just like,
That's
look at
awesome.
me, I'm happy and I'm loving it, and people see the benefits. So
Yeah,
it's
no, I think
changed,
that is because there's a lot of. I mean, you have to put your face in front of the world, and you want to feel
Yes.
powerful and in control and comfortable. So it's good that you're starting those conversations
Yes.
and empowering men to look after themselves.
Got a big 2020 planned. One thing I want to do with our brand is I'm really proud of like the products and where they're going, and we're always trying to do little tweaks to the packaging or add little variants to it to make things better. But I think the whole customer experience and education for customers, giving them cool tips, advice, jokes, whatever, just adding value and creating an experience for them is something we're doing a lot.
Mention Milkman, the name. We talked about this. This is an
yes,
awesome name. What is with the Milkman?
The Milkman was just, I was up one night racking my brain. I'm not a copywriting guy, and when we were starting out, we're a husband-wife team, so we had to come up with a lot of stuff on our own in the beginning. And I was just up late one night and having a notepad just filled with names, nothing, and just writing these ideas out. Nothing really resonated, and then just popped into my mind Milkman, and I just liked it because I feel like it's a lot of what's happening in trends in men's grooming is like retro.
Yeah.
What's old is new again. So he was this trusted guy that would come to your house every morning, pick up the empty milk bottles, deliver the fresh ones for the day. You could rely on him and providing staples for you and your family. So I thought that's really cool. And then there's also the you look like the milkman's son
Maybe we won't
cheeky
go
element,
there.
which is something that I heard as a kid growing up as well, and always thought that was kind of a funny thing. So we haven't played around with that too much as a concept, but it's in the name as part of the vibe of the whole thing.
That's awesome. And I think as well now that, talking about skincare and milk, hydration, all of that kind of thing, it might all, lots of conversations you can have in the future with that, I think.
Yes, exactly.
Really
It gives. I
cool.
think it does give us a lot of flexibility to keep a fresh brand story for our customers.
Awesome. Well, thanks for spending the time with me, Ben.
My pleasure.
So Ben from Milkman here in the lovely suburbs of Sydney. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.